Aha, TomKings Puppies, TomKings kötőjel
És a
Vivian
logó
and
is
Dan.
jó, igaz?
Tessék, a logó is
A
jó.
logó is jó.
Aha.
Oké. Tehát most startoltad, és akkor majd elkezdenek belépkedni. Igazából a felvétel pedig automatikusan mentődik majd a felhőbe, úgyhogy ezt majd Geri fiókjából később le tudjuk tölteni.
Jaj, de jó lesz viszont látni magunkat. Figyelj, küldtem egy meghívót, csak annyira lép már be, légy szíves, hogy megnézzem, hogy amikor belépsz, akkor hogy tudlak unmute-olni, mute-olni, stb. Most akkor elvileg én vagyok a host, és hostot.
Én mindjárt belépek akkor a saját Zoom-omba.
Itt van egy ilyen more. Rename, edit profile picture. Jó, ezt akkor kész van. More, more. Jó, az most fix, hogy én host vagyok. Ez már tetszik. És akkor itt van egy chat. Got it. És akkor ide a chatbe. Ja, látom, aha. Bent van valaki.
Poor Lolo. Carlos not been very nice to you.
Hi, Helen.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Hi, Helen.
Well, there's Scott. Hi.
How are you, hon?
We're doing okay. We're out here in Clayton, which is about 40 minutes from Durham, taking care
Yeah,
of
no, I know where Clayton is actually.
taking care of my grandson while his parents are in Boston at a wedding.
Nice. Nice.
He and Lola have had a real love-hate relationship.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, she doesn't want to leave him alone, and he doesn't want to be bothered. And
Oh,
yet
that's a love hate. That's love and hate right there.
yeah, she's got food. He's got food all over him, so he's very attractive to her.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Zoe's she's wondering where all this noise is coming from out of the computer.
We'll be going home soon.
When's he coming back?
Late tonight in the morning.
Okay.
I mean, we'll be going home soon.
How's little Arlo doing? All right.
Arlo's doing great. He is. I don't know if you can hear him up there. He is. Boy.
Nice. He's getting big.
Yeah, he's getting very big. Looky there at Zoe. Oh,
He's getting.
And then we got Bella up
Bella's
here.
bringing him hanging out on top of the couch.
I see. There she is. There she is. Has she calmed down a bit?
Yeah, not really.
Not really.
Yeah, not really. You know. Look, Helen's there. Look, say hi to Helen.
Hey,
Hey, Helen.
Lola. Look at Lola.
Bella. Bella. Yeah. She's a lot more Zoe, isn't she?
Yeah. She's a lot more feisty.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come here, Zoe. Come say hi.
Come on over here. Say hello to Helen. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello.
I Zoe and Lola are related.
They might be.
They
Look
look
alike.
exactly like they might have had the same father.
Maybe
I think he got around.
he got around. I heard that. I heard he was a little bit of a tramp.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heard that about him.
I think they used him a lot.
Yeah. Well, he was a good stud, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Got a lot of pretty dogs. A lot of cute dogs from him. If that was the case.
Topic today people are interested in is shipping. Issues around shipping. I don't know.
Adrian's back in the shipping department now. It's good.
Adrian what?
She's doing the shipping now. She's handling the shipping.
Uh-huh.
Talked to her the other day. She's excited to be back.
So has Neil Patrick Harris come to any of your meetups?
Hell no, he won't. He ain't. I would like him to, but
Yeah.
yeah, he's too good. He's too good for us, I guess. Us lowly Frenchy owners, you know.
All right. Let's not walk all over mommy. Oh.
How's the weather down there?
It's sunny but cool. I think it's like 42 today.
Gotcha. All right, so it's brisk.
Do you all have snow?
No, it's like that today. It's really very sunny and probably 40, 42, 43 degrees, 44 degrees.
Where are you located? Because I have the exact same weather in Wisconsin.
We're Long Island
Okay.
in New York, but we haven't had much much of any kind of weather this year. A little bit of snow, just the kind that was aggravating, you know? It's enough
Yeah.
to make the roads crappy. That's it.
Last year we had to actually kind of plow a path in the backyard for the dogs to use to go outside.
I used to
like
do that all the time.
Yeah, I've got green grass. I'm not complaining.
Nice, yeah, no complaints, especially where you're living, you know?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, our flowers are starting to bloom.
Really? Where are you?
I'm in North Carolina. Daffodils are out.
I
Yeah, you
spent
get
a ton
the,
of time in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
you get the sunny side of the house and then they will start coming up too,
Yeah.
you know?
Hello, Bella.
Hi.
Oh, you got peanut butter on you.
All of you are already owners of TomKings dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too.
Oh, that's great. I have
Sorry, are
one. Pardon me?
Are you getting one or do you have one?
Yes, well, I have two already, not from TomKings, and I have a third coming. I'm waiting for the flight date, but
Okay.
I'm out of the house right now because it's a surprise for my husband. And if I'm not able to finish this call, I'm glad to see that it's being recorded because I'm mostly on here really to find out about everyone's experience with picking up from the airport, and
Really
things
easy.
like that.
Just
Yeah.
get the broker. Get the
I
broker.
was just gonna say that, get the broker.
Yes, I plan to. I'm still just waiting for the information to come to me. So as soon as I get that, I will. And I did read about different people suggesting, bring wipes and bring this and bring that as far as what to have when I get to the airport.
Everything they told you is if you follow it, you're going to have no problems.
Oh, good. And the
Absolutely.
other question I have, I'm so sorry to interrupt. The other question I have is I do have two Frenchies, and I'm wondering if anyone else had dogs prior to bringing their puppy home, and how I'm worried and they're Frenchies and they're sweet and everything, but I feel like after a really long flight like that, do I separate the dogs for a while, or how did you guys deal with it?
I had an interesting case. I had a Cane Corso. She's very large, and you'll see her
Oh,
pop
yes.
into the video. The initial introduction was not pleasant, but we also kept both dogs on a lead. I kept Marty
Okay.
in my arms.
Okay.
And my experience was within about a half an hour, the new one was fine. The new one was fine. Marnie just wanted to love on everybody. Luna, the Cane, wanted to take her face off. But within an hour, she tolerated her, and you just got to really keep a close eye on them until you see what the temperament is. By the end of the night, they were laying together and snuggling. But I still wouldn't let them be
good.
alone for a couple hours, a couple days till I knew they cemented their relationship.
Yeah, it's always
Okay.
good. It's always good to let them meet outside too, on neutral ground, and then just in case. I mean, we didn't have much of an issue.
We had them both on a leash though.
We had them both on a leash,
Just to
but
make sure nobody was gonna have a problem.
and they were quickly inseparable, And
Okay,
so we,
good.
Oh, look at her.
Oh, hi there, baby.
Yeah, and I think Frenchies are so much more accommodating of other Frenchies. I mean, their
think so,
natural instinct is to love each other. But if you
I
got
just didn't want to overwhelm the puppy with two Frenchies like that are just going to be sniffing the heck out of him, and
it's gonna
didn't want to
happen.
scare him.
No?
Yeah.
Well, you got to
Okay.
remember probably a fairly large litter, so they're
they're
probably,
used
Yes. True. Very true. Good point. And I'm just assuming that the crate that the travel crate that they come in, probably will be, soiled and stuff, I'm assuming.
yeah,
mine wasn't.
Ours wasn't either.
Ours was pretty. Yeah, ours didn't. Zoe didn't poop. Ella didn't poop. I don't think either.
Barney didn't
And,
either. But I've seen people wiping their dogs off like crazy in some of the videos. So I think it's kind of excuse the term, a crapshoot.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of
No.
Yeah.
Did you use that crate for the first night for them to sleep in?
I got rid of it.
I got-
I
We didn't
do.
use it
We didn't
either.
use it either.
Mine crawled right into bed with me. I said, I know, and I should crate train. I've done crate training when I used to breed Shar-Pei, but I got her to be a cuddler in my bed. So,
They
Okay.
will take up the bed. We used to pack and play in the beginning. You know,
Oh,
what a
pack
good
and play in
idea.
the bedroom.
Hello, good
A
evening
bed
to
in there.
everyone.
Hello. Thank you
Hello.
everyone for
We're
So-
excited. You're gonna have to post your pictures as soon as you get them, or get
Oh, I
her.
will.
All
Tim.
right, all right. If I may raise your attention, thank you for everyone for joining in today. It's lovely to see everyone. And my name is Daniel. Some of you already know me. And he is my lovely colleague next to me. He's right next to me, Vivian. You already could meet her at the French Fiesta, our first webinar, like a month ago, and we thought that we give it a try, like to see like if people would love to see how and where we were, see our office, to be able to ask us live and about everything you have on your mind. And today we will have like a main theme that we'll be shipping, and I will talk about that. And then we have a short Q&A or long Q&A, depends on you. But first, I would like to start with a short introduction, if you don't mind. Like if you could say that your name, if you have or will have a friendship from us, and where you live to start with, that would be great. Who would like? Let's have like I think we don't have too many people here, so we will notice if somebody wants to say something. So I think Helen, why shouldn't you start if you may?
Cameras,
My name-
please. You could all turn the cameras on. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I just noticed that some of you haven't turned on the camera. It just makes the communication easier if we can all see you.
Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you.
Okay, so my name is Helen Gordon and I live in Durham, North Carolina. And I have two Frenchies from you. Lola, who's down here beside me, who's 3.5. And then she has a sister by a different mother and a different father, Winnie, who's 2. And I got them about a year apart.
Thank you. And Helen has been a tremendous help for us. She's been kind enough to help with questions. We can always recommend her and reference her, and she's always eager to talk to future adopters, which helped us greatly in the past. So thank you for that. And let's see, Sandy, would you like to continue?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Sandy McCullough. This is Marnie. She does not like the camera. Got Marnie back in April of last year. She turned a year in December. A few of us were talking prior. She's got a big sister, Luna, who's a Connie Corso, and they absolutely are inseparable. And she snorts whenever she's happy, in case everybody hears that.
Yes. Looks happy, definitely, and looks satisfied, actually.
She's
Thank
very
you.
content. Thank you.
All right. Who would like to continue? Matt, could you join in, or would you like just to listen to it? You can thumb up or thumb down if it's I see that you are driving right now.
Hey, how are you? Sorry, we were coming down to the Mississippi River to show the kids the bald eagles. So
Nice.
yeah, it's just give me a second. I'm gonna park right now. Matt Greenleaf from Illinois. We have 2 Frenchies currently, looking to get some more.
That's great. Thank you for joining in, and good luck to seeing the bald eagles today.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Sarah, could you continue if you mind? Please turn on your microphone, please.
There we go.
Thank you.
I live in Denver. I've always wanted a Frenchie, and I've been following TomKings for probably about 5 years now. And we had to rescue pit bulls. We just lost our big boy last year. So we're looking to get a Frenchie probably in August, September time this year.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Scott, would you like to continue?
Okay. Hey, it's actually Scott and Debbie from Long Island, New York.
Okay, hi.
So we got these two. We got Bella and Zoe, both TomKings pups, and we got Zoe and when we get Zoe.
Well, Zoe's 2 and Bella's 1.
Yeah, Zoe's 2, Bella's 1, and they are they're inseparable with each other and us, as you can tell. And yeah, we just came on to help out, see if anybody had any questions. That's all.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you for joining in. All right. Who is next? Yeah, Scott Tilburg, would you like to continue?
Maybe he has some trouble with the audio. Yeah, it says something audio. Okay, Malcolm.
Hello.
Oh, Corey, could you? I heard you talking. That was before we started the whole.
Yes.
thing,
Hi,
and,
Dan.
hey, if you could repeat that, especially the part what I don't want to say it, instead of you, but so please go
Oh,
ahead.
yes. I think everyone already heard. So my name is Corey. I'm here in Los Angeles waiting for the big Storm Watch 2024. And I am on here. So happy to be on here. Just wanted to say hi to the community and thank you for adding me to the Facebook group page. I'm sure I'll be using that a lot. I have 2 French Bulldogs already. Not from TomKings. I didn't discover TomKings back then, but I've been following you guys for a long time. As I'm sure is the sales cycle where they sit in the background and watch and listen and learn. And my husband fell in love with one of your puppies, and I told him no way, because 3 puppies and it will all come down to me, as I'm sure. But then I decided that it might make for a really good surprise, which is why I'm standing in the middle of a street somewhere. And I thank you for recording this, because I was going to ask, so it doesn't get suspicious, I may have to go back soon, and hopefully I can have access to this video afterward. But anyway, I'm just here and happy to learn about the shipping and any other information that anyone wants to share. So thank you.
Thank you for joining in. Helen, would you like to continue?
Yeah. I just asked you to unmute it. The notification should come up on your computer.
We can't hear you yet, Helen.
Yeah.
So we can't hear you right now, Helen. Could you unmute yourself?
Yeah. You should be able to hear her now. I think there's something wrong with the audio.
Oh, that's something wrong with your audio, Helen. Unfortunately, we can't hear anything on your part. Let's see if you could unmute. Still nothing. At least I'm not hearing anything.
Can anyone else hear Helen? No.
No, all right. Well, we will definitely record everything, Helen, and you will be able to hear everyone. And
we will come back to you, see if it works. I tried everything.
Yeah.
It must be something with the settings on your laptop. Could you join from your phone, maybe, with your phone? You can join in with the same link. I think it'd be easier. I'll come back to you.
Meantime, let me ask everyone who would like to do that to turn on your camera. And because we can't see your emotions, it would be lovely to see you actually. If you don't want to, there's not a problem. But if you would like to say something, Deborah, Geraldine, Malcolm, you are more than welcome to do so. You can message us. Absolutely, there's a message should be if you are on your computer on the right. I see that Scott is connecting. Okay, Malcolm, hey, thanks for turning on the camera, and feel free to join in.
Hello, how you doing? Yes, I'm Malcolm. I'm from Virginia. I'm not a current owner of a French Bulldog as of yet, but I am on the wait list, and so we're looking. So I'm here to get as much information as possible. I've been searching for a while, and I certainly believe that TomKings is the best breeder out there. So just on the wait list, waiting. Thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely. I don't see anybody new. Oh, let's see, Helen.
Honey managed to come into her phone.
Yes, try it again, Helen, please.
Just sent her enough. Yep, there you go.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
I don't know what I did. Well, I'll just say that my and my computer are both on, and I'm hearing it coming back to me, the voice. I don't know what's wrong.
Yes, there's an echo in the background.
Yes,
I think.
yes.
Down the volume on the.
Is that because I have the cell phone computer
I
on
think
at the same time?
yes. Please turn down the voice either on the laptop or on the MacBook or on your phone, either one of them.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, echo is still there.
It's still doing that, but let me see if I can just say what I wanted to say, that I've had a French Bulldog for 14 and a half years before he passed. So I am well aware of the personality and the joy of having a French Bulldog. Oliver, love him to pieces. We've always had multiple dogs, and so now we're down to 2 senior dogs, and I'm already getting stressed because we've always had multiple dogs in our home, and 2 old dogs. The inevitable seems to be in the near future. So I was looking up French Bulldogs because we enjoyed Oliver so much, and that's where I found TomKings French Bulldogs. So although my dogs are still alive and seemingly okay, I'm already setting myself up for Plan B. So I'm doing everything with the hopes that I will be getting my dog in the near future.
Thank you for sharing your story, and definitely makes sense to plan ahead. We although wish you a long and happy life with your current dog. So whenever you get a TomKings puppy in the future, that we can wait. We will be here for sure. All right, thanks for everybody. I think I heard everyone with the camera on. So we would switch to the next topic, which should be the shipping itself. I will say a couple of sentences and a couple of thoughts about the shipping, like generally how it goes. Obviously, there are always outliers. For example, I just talked to a lovely guy from Nigeria. They are getting a puppy that they're gonna have a different shipping method. But we already have puppies in Nigeria, so we are blessed to say that we have last count was 49 countries, and we just had a guy from Bermuda last week. We kept his puppy until it was 10 months old because there are different rules in Bermuda. So we kept his puppy for a longer time. We delivered him to JFK, and they picked up their puppy at JFK and traveled back to Bermuda. So now Bermuda has one TomKings Frenchie as well. So generally, what you should know about the shipping part is that that's the first and only part when the puppy is not actually in our hands. So obviously, that's very important for us to work with professionals, like the best of the best. We only work with a handful of airlines, and that one of them, like probably the busiest we use is the KLM, the Royal Dutch Airlines, and they are operating from Amsterdam. They are part of the Air France group, so it's a very big airline, and they just had a new facility built for pets. They have a like world-class pet hotel in Amsterdam, because usually what we do is a 2-day flight. So on the first day we are located in Hungary, in middle of Europe, and on the third day our Frenchies are traveling to Amsterdam, and they are spending a night there, where they are kept in a pet hotel, which has like all what they need, like all what puppies need. That includes that the food is replenished, water is replenished, they can walk, so they are let out of the crates, they can walk, and they are under constant surveillance by skilled crew. And they rest there, and next day, when they are rested and well fed and everything is okay, they are traveling to the US or to the other country. And there you have to show up basically at the airport. We always tell we will walk you through the whole process. So we go by step and mentioning you like what to bring to the airport, where to show up. You will link to a broker if that's necessary. A broker is a person or company who handles the customs and the documents. Sometimes it is mandatory for some airlines. Sometimes it's not. We will again let you know about this. But and we will recommend a broker to you we've been working with them for several years now, and I think they are doing a very good job. And obviously, I will ask everybody's experience about shipping, but we usually get back the reviews and feedbacks that it's worth to work with a broker, because they just make the whole process a lot smoother, a lot quicker, so that saves you time and stress, and so we will let everybody know about the custom method, and either them or you will have to be in contact, obviously, with the airline, for example. So it's a totally professional method. Air shipping of a live animal is a very serious business. There are very strict certification necessary just to get on board. Obviously, the airlines have to consider that all puppies and all animals actually are totally healthy, because sooner or later they will be in a facility, like either in a room or somewhere, so nobody can be sick there. And we have to provide all the vet certificates and everything else to the airline before they get on the ship, actually. And we will also send you these documents. We will send you a scanned version, so you will get in an electric format, but we also attach that to the crate like a hard copy of the passport. The passport is usually the document that contains the vaccinations, all the treatments the puppy had, microchip number, and everything else. So what I can tell you now is that we've done this more than 300 times over the last decade, so we have the experience, and obviously we are still improving our process. So each and every one of you, I think, got a request for feedbacks, because we value your opinion, and it's great to hear what you went through, and we try to improve if there's anything we can be improved on. So and yeah, oh yeah, usually a common fear about shipping is that that the puppies are not treated well, or how they are experiencing this whole journey. And what I can tell you is that they are not like on top of suitcases. So again, these are professionals and the best in live animal shipping. These companies. And the puppies are in crates during the whole shipping method. It's a very big crate, so they can move around and sleep and everything else. And they are not on top of suitcases actually, so they have their own cabin dedicated to the puppies. And during the flight, during that time they are still like watched by skilled crew. And at the end, again, the broker or we will let you know where to show up, and you just have to go there. And then usually, but again, we will hear about you from your standpoint. It's usually like an hour to get the documents done. Sometimes it could be longer, of course. And after then, you get your French into your hands, and hopefully you can get recorded that as well, so we can enjoy that special moment as well. Those are definitely the best clips we had the first time when you show your puppy and you embrace him or her in your arms. Those are magical moments. So this is how usually shipping goes. And with that being said, I would like you to go around and tell me like about your experience, what you want to mention. And after that, we will have a Q&A for the new adopters and future adopters, if that's okay. Helen, would you like to start again?
Sure. Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay. So the first time I used a broker, and when I picked up my dogs were both shipped to Dulles in Washington, D.C. And when I was picking up the first one, there was a man there who was picking up a dog from someone else. And he said, "Oh, if you do this again, don't use the broker. You don't need the broker." So the second time I didn't use the broker, and it was a real mistake. Everything went okay, but I was a nervous wreck. I couldn't get confirmation about the flight after she got on it and arrival. So I would definitely say the small price for the broker was a lot of peace of mind. And it went just as Dan described it. They arrive and these documents come over to you, and in Dulles, you have to take them to customs and get them stamped, which takes about 5 minutes. And then you bring them back to cargo. And by the time you get to cargo at Dulles, they've unloaded the dogs, and you just show the validation that you got your custom stamp, and they immediately give you the dog. You need to take, there's a list of things you ought to take, a box cutter or heavy scissors that you can open the ties on the crate, baby wipes. One of mine was perfectly clean and one of mine was not. So we had to use the baby wipes on the second one. I took harnesses for both of them and a leash because it was an open area and there were a lot of other dogs there. They're very tired for the first 12 to 24 hours. And then by the time we had a 5-hour drive, so we spent the night in Washington, D.C. in a pet-friendly hotel. And then the next morning, both of them were a little bit more lively, but they slept in the 5-hour trip home. And then when I got home, I immediately took them to the vet that afternoon and had them checked out. And within 24 hours, they had perked up and were rested and started playing and doing everything. When I picked up the second one, I took the first one with me. I'm not sure I would do that again. It was kind of chaotic. But it went it went very smoothly. They, took them outside. They peed and pooped and slept and didn't have any trouble. And really haven't had any trouble since.
Thank you, Helen. May I ask how long was the process with and without the broker?
How long was the what?
The process at the airport at Dallas.
Oh, the time periods were about the same. The only thing that's different was with the broker, I had a lot of confirmation, that the dog was on the flight, what time the flight got to Istanbul, what time it took off. I had a lot of confirmation. I didn't have that the second time. After they left you all, I was kind of in no man's land. So the pickup was no different, but the peace of mind was quite different.
Okay, thank you. And your second friend, you arrived with the Turkish airline, if I recall well. And that's another airline we frequently use. Turkish has been selected the best airline in Europe for a couple consecutive years now. They are actually on the rise, and they are operating a lot of routes around the globe. And actually, we think that we try them, and they pass the test. So we trust them with the life of our babies. If for the new adopters, I would like to mention that the puppies are our responsibility until you get them in your hands. So God forbid anything happens, that's on us. And I'm very glad to say I'm very thankful that we never had any accident. We never lost the puppy. Obviously, we never had like even a minor accident. So and we would like to keep this this way. All right, thank you, Helen. Sandy, would you like to continue? Oh, Helen, so sorry, Helen, you raised your hand. You would like to say something?
No, I didn't raise my hand.
Oh no, it was Helen from Denver.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she needs to join in from her phone again.
Yes.
No, we can't hear you, unfortunately.
No voice.
No voice again.
No sound.
Are you still, have you joined with your phone? Because I can't see you on there now.
Sure.
All right.
She needs to join in from her phone again, and then.
Okay, please try to join in from your phone. But if you don't mind, we will continue with Sandy. Would you like to take over? We can't hear.
There we go.
There
You still have the other Helen unmuted, so I think it was affecting my getting on.
Okay, thank you.
So I had my first experience with TomKins last year in April. And I did go with the broker. I would not go any other way. It was absolutely flawless. Much like Helen said, I knew exactly where my dog was at all times. I actually had a very short wait for my dog at Chicago O'Hare. No more did I get the message from the broker that my dog had made it through customs. I got the dog 10 minutes later. At that same time, another TomKins dog was also on the same flight as mine. So that was really interesting. My dog, Marnie, was a jackrabbit from the minute she came out of the crate. I mean, I was glad I had a harness and a leash for her, because she literally ran around like crazy. The other TomKins dog was terrified. So it took that dog a little while to kind of warm up to their owners. Unfortunately, they did not bring a harness. And that, I think, really affected how quickly the dog was able to come around. By the time we separated, that puppy was starting to warm up as well. But I reiterate everything Helen said. The broker's amazing. Go in expecting that your dog is going to be a mess. And if they come out nice and clean like Marnie did, that's great. If not, at least you've got this wipes there. We had a 4.5-hour drive home, so I also stayed overnight. And she was a firecracker from the get-go. I would love to have said that she snoozed for 24 hours. She did not. She has not stopped moving. So I got the outlier.
That's great. Thank you. And yeah, thank you for sharing. The harness is definitely a plus to have and very useful at the beginning.
Just
yes?
wanted to let you know that Cory, she needs to leave quickly.
Okay.
Could we just go with the questions and answers, or do you still have something to talk about?
Oh, I will talk about we added a new option like having a nanny if there's somebody living like far away from the major international airports where we usually ship. But we can wait with that, and we can actually ask Cory because she mentioned that she will have to leave. That Cory, do you have any questions on your mind? Please go ahead, and we will continue on the schedule after that.
Oh, thank you so much. No, you guys have all just provided a lot of great information. I plan to use a broker 100%. I'm not sure if anyone is on the call in particular that went through LAX in Los Angeles. That would just be interesting to know of somebody's experience. But no, I've watched all the videos. I think Helen's been in 2, if I recall, over the years, and I've watched them all. Looking for any nugget about shipping, but those didn't necessarily have shipping information. So this has been really helpful. And mostly I just wanted to make sure that I'm prepared for, like, bringing the scissors was really a great tip. Bringing some baby wipes, a great tip. The question maybe I have is at the airport, I'm sure all of us as new parents, I desperately want to get him out of the cage just in case he's been cooped up and maybe he has to go to the bathroom. But then again, that's an airport and germs and all that stuff. Curious what anyone's experience was with that. But all that I'm sure you figure out just like having a baby for the first time. So, and I'll say ahead of time, I probably have to, please pardon me. I may have to jump off the phone soon. Very soon. But thank you for everybody for all your help. I really appreciate it. Looking forward to joining the TomKings family. And Dan, you've been great. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Sandy, you raise your hand, and
yeah, so I can answer a little bit for Cory real quick on the busy airport. Keep in mind, you're picking them up at customs, and most everything coming through customs is packages. So you're not going to the main airport. You're going to like a package deliveries place. And like in Chicago, there's a parking lot and there's green area. And I walk into basically a warehouse. You get the crate and you can put it in your car, take it to a green spot. You don't have all those people, all those dogs. It literally is more of a shipping department.
Yes, thank you for adding that. And actually, we gathered the information we get back, like the useful information, and we will feed you like during the whole process, step by step. So you will get an email where we mention the scissors, where we mention what food to bring, wet wipes, water, and everything else. But thank you for mentioning that live, because actually we picked this up by and through your experience previously. So thank you again. All right, Cory, feel free to just jump out if anytime you want. As long as you can be around, we are more than welcome, and we are happy to have you. All right, Matt, would you like to continue? Oh, Matt, you will only. Yep. I mean, you will only have a puppy, but if you have any questions on your mind, feel free.
No, we actually we import anywhere between 5 and 10 dogs a month for our business.
Okay.
So we actually used Chicago O'Hare and Dulles, and we've been to Atlanta. I've never been to LA, to pick up dogs are Houston. But pretty much Chicago, Dulles, and Atlanta are all the same. So we really only use KLM as the shipper. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe KLM requires now for you to use a broker. Prior to 22, you didn't have to use a broker, I don't believe, with KLM. And it really made Chicago a mess for us. The efficiency was pretty low. There was a lot of people importing pet dogs at that time without the use of a broker, and nobody had their paperwork together. So one of the nice ladies mentioned it's much easier with the broker. It's 100% easier with the broker. The fees are very low, and they take care of everything. So I actually like to go to Dulles more than I like to go to O'Hare. Dulles seems to be more organized than O'Hare, even though it's a 12-hour drive for us. I'm getting ready to go pick up some dogs in Dulles next week because they shut Chicago down for the cold embargo. So we play that game twice a year. It's either with the heat embargo or the cold embargo. But other than that, we've never had any issues with the shipping process. I will say never ship on a Friday. If
sometimes it's unavoidable, but
if something happens and the plane is delayed, then you're paying overtime for customs, and we try to avoid that as much as possible. But that's my experience.
Definitely, thank you, Matt. That's definitely a good point. We try to avoid that as much as we can. Sometimes you just can't, but yes, customs don't work on the weekend, so they can keep the puppy for days, and that's just not ideal. Although they take good care of them, but we would rather not have them doing that for sure. All right, thank you. Scott, would you like to tell about your experience, what you had with Zoe and Bella?
Well, you talk.
Scott doesn't like to talk on video. Both of our experiences were very good. The first time it was just Zoe who flew in. We used a broker both times. When Bella flew in, she actually flew in with another puppy, Dave. And that family was very happy that we had been through the experience once before because it was much smoother for them. They just showed up and picked up their puppy. We did learn not to, like with Zoe, we had gotten there like an hour before her flight was going to land. We were so excited and we waited like 2 hours. With Bella, we showed up just as her flight landed, and within an hour she was in our hands. I don't know, anything you want to add?
No, it was smooth. Process was, definitely recommend a broker. It was just a smooth process. Get worried about getting a dog from overseas, and but everything they did was on point, exact. You get to know where your dog was, leaving Istanbul, coming here, coming there, and the broker we use, I don't remember her name, Claudia. She was she was on point with everything that she told us, and it just the second one was a breeze. First one, we're excited. First time you get a dog from overseas, you don't know what to expect, and and even that went pretty smooth. But the second one was and who knows, maybe the third one will be even easier. But
we waited a long time for Zoe. We had, first we wanted a cream, and we ended up with Zoe. She was a blue. And with Bella, we got her within 2 weeks of saying yes, we wanted the puppy. They were like, okay, she'll be here like next Friday. We were like, next Friday. But it really is a great experience. I love the both of them to death.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. That's true. Okay. I had a question on my mind about that. It will come back. All right. Thank you. And yes, let's continue with questions from maybe ooh, Sarah, would you like to jump in? And if you have any questions regarding shipping, please let me know.
Yeah, I was just going to ask which main airports you fly into on the East Coast, because we're actually in Denver, but I do travel to the East Coast a lot. So instead of such a long, long travel to Denver, could I pick up on the East Coast, and which are the major airports there?
That's a great question. So definitely our busiest is JFK in New York. We also ship to Boston. We ship to Miami. Let's see what else on the east side. We can ship to Philadelphia, although we have to update the information on that. They like to bring up embargoes, just like Matt mentioned that sometimes there are heat or cold embargoes depending on the actual temperature of the at the arrival airport, and also it depends on the facilities as well, like around the globe, what facilities they have, the airlines that determine if they can ship a puppy different times. Okay, so what? Let me check real quick. What other airports? Is there an airport like what I mentioned that would be okay for you, Sarah?
Probably, I mean, Miami would probably be pretty good, or
Oh,
Atlanta. I heard you ship into Atlanta. Do you ship
yes,
into
yes.
Yeah, into Dallas?
Oh, yes. I didn't mention. Yeah, Washington D.C. Yeah, Dallas, like in Washington D.C. The airport, and Dallas in Texas. Yes,
Okay,
as well.
Dulles is not Dallas.
perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Dulles, Washington.
Yes, I know. Mhm.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Do you? Is there anybody else with a question? This part is like you can ask basically anything from now on, but definitely if you have a shipping related question, I'm more than happy to answer.
No, we still can't hear you, unfortunately. Please try to join in with your phone like you did before. We could hear you that way. Does it not work? You can type in into our chat as well if there is something we can help you with.
Oh, I can hear something.
You hear something?
Yes, I can hear you now.
You hear me now?
Yes, right now it's good.
Sorry, Sandy, we will continue with you.
Well, I live in Florida, and I'm wondering, do you come to Palm Beach? Do you fly into Palm Beach Airport?
No, unfortunately, just Miami Airport, like
Oh,
the
Miami. Well,
international.
that's okay
Yeah.
too. Another question, because I had a dog that was shipped from Lufthansa. It was from Germany,
Yeah.
and it was a easy breezy, smooth. My first experience. Is this, and it was through Pet Air.
Mhm.
Is there somebody with the puppies at all times, or are they in a holding area on the plane without humans watching over them to see if there's a problem?
Yeah.
Because they don't get
So
water. I don't think they get water when they're in their cages because it might spill. I'm just wondering if there's somebody watching them.
yes, there's always at least camera feed on them, so they are continuously watched. And actually, we are using Lufthansa as well. That's probably our third, and that actually that's the three main airlines we use. So KLM, Turkish, and Lufthansa. Lufthansa doesn't require mandatory like to have a broker actually, but based on the reviews, we definitely recommend to even have a broker with Lufthansa as well. And Claudia, she was mentioned. She works at Unity Brokers. Um, we've been working with them and recommending them for a couple of years now. They are they handle Lufthansa and any airports actually in the US. So
It was a very smooth experience, very good experience.
yes, so
You
that's
feed your
definitely
dogs
possible.
as soon as you get the puppy. Are you supposed to give it some food because it's been a long flight and they might be hungry and thirsty, or do you wait a while until they calm down, or what do you do? I don't recall what
Yes,
I did.
what we recommend is to like wait a short period, actually get him or her used to you first, have the connection, like the physical connection, pet, and just establish a bond, and that definitely bring like a small cup and water with you and offer them a little bit of water, and then after a while food as well. I wouldn't recommend giving them a lot at the first time, but you will see actually they shouldn't be too hungry, although they might be hungry enough to enjoy and accept food right away.
Thank you.
Absolutely, you are very welcome. Is there anybody else with a question? I don't see any raised hands. Okay. If you don't mind, I will let you know about one other aspect. We got a lot of inquiries from like the middle of US and from places like Las Vegas or Montana, and we have puppies in 49 states except West Virginia, which is crazy. I mean, it's on the East Coast, but soon we definitely have a puppy over there too. So all the other doctors from the other states, if they don't have like a very big international airport where we could ship, they usually did what a couple of you guys did, that they traveled a couple hours to those airports. And thank you for that. And the yes. Oh, okay. And the other part I wanted to mention is that we try to improve our process all the time. So we thought that it would be lovely to have an option, and we managed to find trustworthy people who offer a nanny service, which basically means that they would come and pick up the puppy, for example, at JFK, and they are in contact with the doctor, for example, in let's stick with Montana, and they talk about when to bring the puppy to Montana, and they can go to, for example, Billings, Montana, which is like a minor airport considered to Seattle or Chicago, but it's definitely it's easier and more comfortable for the doctors. So obviously that has an extra fee, but it's just another option, and we gladly connect with any owner with this type of service if anybody is interested. Okay.
I only just
Yes?
wanted to let you know that Sarah joined. So
Oh.
all right. So maybe we could ask her if she would like to introduce herself, or if she would like to. She's not in.
Mhm.
She's not here because she.
Mhm. Just a sec.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. What else? I had another thing on my mind. It will come back. It will come back. You added so much, and you actually.
Show around the office a little bit.
Oh yeah, we could do that. If you guys would like to see where we work and where the magic happens, some of the magic happens. We will show you the office where we actually are. I will start with the wall of fame. I would say that these are pictures of the happy adopters we had, and we made this wall like a couple of years back. So it's just a nice touch to remind us that we are actually giving a family member to these families, and it's definitely always the best part of my day when I get an update and a new picture from any of the doctors I've been in contact with. So I consider myself very, very lucky to have a job like that, and a life mission actually. So you've seen Vivi already. We sit there, and we actually used as a table our table tennis table. We like to keep it light, like the mood in the office. So and we are very competitive. Most of you probably know that Gary and Tom, they both were world-class athletes. Gary was seventh in wrestling in Beijing at the Olympics, and all of our team are very sportsmanlike. I played American football. I captained our national team for a couple of years, and we have other very accomplished athletes as well. This is our pride, like the countries we have puppies in. It's 49 little flag on the wall and on the map, and just going around, we have a couple of nice statues. This is like an interview from the New York Post. We were very happy to answer their questions regarding the fluffy trend a couple of years back. This is Neil with Tom and Gary, actually. And Neil gave us a couple notes. It was very heartwarming. I was actually in touch with him and his husband during the process. They are very humble, down-to-earth people. It was great to talk with them. And these are quotes we have, like from famous people as well, but also most of them are from reviews and feedbacks we got from adopters. Some of you are on the wall as well, and some of our colleagues are working. You can see Marco and Tony as well. And basically, that's it. That's what we have here in the office. And although we work a lot from home office, but we try to come into the office as much as we can because the team is great. The mood is good and funny and light, and we just we think that we are blessed with the line of work we are in. So with that being said, I would like to go a quick round, and say a couple last words, if you will, say goodbye, if you will. And I would like to thank everybody for showing up and sharing your thoughts and experiences. We recorded this event, so you will be able to rewatch that. We will share the link with you, and we will also use it to show that to new adopters in the future, because you had such a great lines and information regarding the shipping. So thank you for that. Helen, like always, would you like to start this last round?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for including me. And, I really don't have anything to add than what I said. I would recommend that once your dog arrives, that you get them to the vet just to be checked out within 48 hours, and then to let the Tom King people know that they check out. I went to 2 different vets, and they both said independently, they didn't know each other, that they were the prettiest, most healthy Frenchies they had looked at in a long time. So, I think everybody is, I'm not sure why, but people that I talk to are suspicious of adopting internationally, but I had a much worse experience contacting breeders in the US than I did Tom King's. I had some pretty negative experience with US breeders. So I am very happy that I went that route. And should I ever adopt again, I won't hesitate to come back to you.
Thank you, Helen. Sandy, would you like to take over?
Yep. Kind of to play off of what Helen said there with the vet. Do remember that you have experts and access to veterinarians who are familiar with the TomKins line. I was fortunate enough to have a vet who's familiar with Frenchies, but also was extremely willing to team up with TomKins. When I had a question about what my vet was saying in comparison to them, they were willing to hear the recommendations that TomKins vets had in terms of how to treat different things with the dogs. And it really was a really wonderful marrying between the two, because we don't just leave TomKins and their expertise. So, and the same with if you question something your vet is saying, don't be afraid to get that second opinion from TomKins.
Thank you for adding that. All right, Scott.
Ooh. No, our experience was great, and just to take off what they both said, our vet said the same thing. That they're the healthiest, prettiest dogs he's seen, Frenchie wise, and I researched them a lot when 6 months prior to Deb saying, because we got the dog when COVID hit, and she worked from home. Then we thought about getting a dog, and I had already been researching for 6 months because I kind of had it in my head that one day we were going to get and I've always wanted Frenchies. I used to rescue pugs, and I wanted to upgrade to a French bulldog. Their personalities and everything else. But did a lot of research, and TomKings was always, at the end of the line. TomKings always popped up, and I had trouble with U.S. breeders, and people this like Helen was saying, bad experiences and negative, and the first thing you Google about French bulldogs and breeders is Europe and Australia were the two that popped up, and then I just researched more into the European section of it, and TomKings was all over the board, and then became friends with people who already had TomKings Frenchies. I did a lot of research, and there was nothing. You didn't get one bad vibe from the TomKings experience or anybody. I didn't hear one bad not one negative comment about TomKings, and the dogs are awesome, period, healthy and beautiful. And I would absolutely, if I got another one, would be coming from you guys. Absolutely.
We talked to Helen before we bought our Frenchies, and we go to a lot of we host actually a lot of Frenchie meetups on Long Island, and we always get people who are interested in, their puppies are coming and they just wanted to talk to us and see, the experience that we had. So I would highly recommend, if you're thinking of getting a dog, see if there's a Frenchie meetup in your area and go there and talk to people, see the dogs ahead of time, because it really makes a difference. It gives you a little bit more peace of mind.
Absolutely. Thank you for mentioning that. We would like to expand that part and organize more and more live TomKings puppies meetups, and of course, anybody could join in. More the merrier, I think. We are all animal loving and French loving people here. So thank you, Debbie and Scott, for sharing. It was great to see you, and thank you for your help as well. You've been tremendous for us. But if you don't mind, I will ask everybody with the camera on for final thoughts. You maybe not have don't have a Frenchie from us yet, but you can say goodbye or just say your last couple of thoughts. Matt, would you like to continue?
I got nothing. Have a great weekend.
Great.
Thank you.
For the
You
rest
too.
of the weekend.
Definitely. You too. Sarah, would you like to continue?
I just said thank you so much, everybody, for being so helpful and all the advice. It was great. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you, everybody. Helen, would you like to give a last try to the phone again?
No, I have nothing else to add. I think I've said it all. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Helen, but that was going for Helene actually to Denver. Sorry. My pronunciation is probably not the best about Helene's name, but Sorry for that.
Elaine, it's not working again. I'm sorry, we can't hear you.
Anything now? Can you hear me now?
Not good.
Yes?
Yes.
I had a Frenchie, as I mentioned, for 14 and a half years, Oliver. And I used to put a collar around his neck. But I see new owners, and that was about 10 years ago that he passed. My question is, what are the majority of the owners and Tom King Kennels, what is the opinion of dog collars as opposed to harnesses? And I have another question.
Yeah,
What-
I'm interested in everybody's opinion. We slightly prefer harnesses for walking and everything else. We rarely use collars. Obviously, they are very young while they are with us, and we actually don't really use collars for the adults as well. So but that's our opinion and experience. I'm interested in the others' opinion as well. Helen, yes, go ahead.
Okay, one more question. There's a lot of people stealing French bulldogs. This is the hottest dog there is right now, and it's terrifying to on the news, all over. You hear so many people losing their Frenchies. It's just terrifying. It really is. That was a statement. My next question is nares. I got a dog. My French bulldog was from a very respectable breeder. He wrote books on it and everything. I got one of the puppies from his last litter, Herschel Cox. I forgot where he came from. And yet I had to repair my dog's nares because he wasn't breathing as smoothly, as quietly as my vet said he could. And so many of my friends have Frenchies, and they're doing the same thing. When you get a Frenchie, it doesn't occur right away. It becomes evident later on. And so, is that something to be expected upon the purchase of a Frenchie?
Go ahead, please. Helen from Washington, please go ahead. We can't hear you yet.
I'm good.
No. The other Helen from Helen Gordon. Sorry, I will say the whole name, Helen, if you don't mind.
So I keep a collar on them for their ID, but every morning they get their harness on. I just say to them, it's time to put your jacket on, and they line up. They know exactly that they're going to harness on, they're going to walk, they're going to come in, and they're going to eat, and then go back out again. But the harness doesn't put the pressure on their thick necks that a collar does when you're walking them. So that's why I use a harness. The issue of stealing them, I have had people stop in traffic, pull over, and ask me if they're French bulldogs. And I always tell them they're Boston Terriers.
Smart.
And I have a pretty good neighborhood, but my son makes me walk with a can of mace. He says, those dogs are too hot right now for you, not to be equipped with something. And I've never had any trouble, but I do have, if I take them out in public, I always have 2 to 3 people stop me. And that's how I found Tom King, is I stopped a woman in the Whole Foods parking lot. In regards to their nares, I had one that had to be repaired or had to be expanded. My oldest one, and the other one is fine. I don't think I think it's endemic to the breed, not to the breeder. Some of them just come out bigger than the others do. And the one that had the operation definitely got livelier because she was being she was being oxygenated better. and she breathes better and she has much more endurance. The other one's fine. Debbie, you had one that had an operation.
Yep, so Zoe had the nares and the esophagus done, really changed her quality of life. Probably about a year old, she started, getting winded very easily when we went to meetups and stuff like that. It really changed the quality of her life. She is a totally different dog. And Bella, I don't know if you saw her on the camera earlier, she's got a much longer snout. She doesn't have any issues at all. She does snore really badly, but she doesn't have any problems breathing. But again, like you said, I think it's the breed, it's not anything the breeder has something to do with. But I did get health insurance for my dogs, both of them. I would highly recommend that to anybody who's getting a French Bulldog, just based on, history of the breed. It's a little costly, but it paid off. I mean, Zoe's surgery was $6,000 and it cost me about $1,200. The insurance paid for the rest. So.
Yeah, I would say if your local vet tells you that they need to have the surgery, you need to go to a surgeon or to a center that's highly experienced. I went to the North Carolina Veterinary School. They said they did 8 of them a week. They were highly competent. They thought they might have to do some work on her palate, but they got in there and said, no, there was nothing wrong with her palate. It was just her nose, her opening to her nose. So, I would be very suspect if a local breeder would undertake the surgery, because it is real technical and you have to do a lot of them to do them and do them well.
So I'd like to kind of jump in on this because I had somewhat of a different experience. My vet recommended Marnie get it, and sent me to the University of Minnesota Veterinary Hospital, who also, again, very reputable. But my experience was not very good there. The first thing she told me is, well, this is why your dog snores really loud. And I said, well, my dog doesn't snore. I'm not hearing that. She's not getting it. And because my answers, and it goes back to every dog is different, much to what everybody said, it's not the breeder, it's the breed. Everything she said, well, she gets winded when she runs. I said, no, she doesn't. Then she finally looked at me and said, listen, if you want your dog to live longer than 5 years, you need to proactively do this in advance. And I opted not to, because she wasn't having any of those triggers. Now I'm definitely open to it if it occurs down the road. But I also got back to TomKings and I asked, how often have your dogs in your care needed it? And they haven't had it. So that told me that it's something to watch, but I have noticed that with the US vets, if you don't find the right one, and use your spidey sense, obviously the others had very good experiences and trusted the experts. I was seeing more of a preventative versus need. So don't just take their word for it. Make sure you feel like what you're hearing is correct and that your answers to what they're saying is what's requiring it is there. Marnie may still need it down the road, but based on what they were saying, she didn't have the symptoms.
Yes, that's great that you mentioned that. Obviously, everything you hear, you have to view it from the standpoint who says that, and obviously vets usually have incentives to make surgeries and everything. It doesn't mean that they are not right, but they are definitely not right all the time.
Right.
So you just have to what Sandy mentioned, use your spidey sense and get second opinion if that's necessary, or a third one as well. Or the best if you have a vet like your somebody you know, or a friend's friend, or somebody you can really trust if the procedure is necessary. But thank you for sharing. Definitely, it's wonderful. And Malcolm, you've been asking that what insurance you got, and I think Vivi is helping with answering that question. To Penny, and I see that mentioned a couple of times already. Yeah, I heard about them, and they are a good one. Okay, who else? Sarah, would you? I think you haven't said the last words yet. Yes, Sarah from Denver. Sorry.
Oh, yes. No, thank you so much, everybody. It was really, really helpful. Yeah, everybody's experience. So we've got a lot more information than we had before, and I do appreciate everybody's time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining in. That's for sure. All right. If there's nothing else to be said, yeah.
Just one more question.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Do you have male or female? And if you have males, did you have issues with them working?
Okay. About the potty training, we started and during the night, so all of the puppies they live with their siblings and they are ready to deliver, and they have a bigger space, and in the night we just don't have the actually the option to take them out one by one to do their things, and it's very cold actually here. So what we use is that we have a pee pad at the end of their space, and they go there and do their job. And obviously we clean that, we clean that constantly, but that's good because they get used to being in so clean circumstances that eventually if they go over and you use the same as a pee pad, and they will pick up the rest of the potty training in a couple of days. At least this is what we usually get back in the feedback. So we started the potty training, and they are very smart and alert and of your needs, and they are used to be in clean circumstances. So they will pick up the rest of the potty training pretty easy. Or thank you for that question. Yes, we have males available, and there was a question that difficulty with marking. Yes, you could have a problem with marking. It's gonna be a raising question actually, but we will provide the guidelines on how to avoid that, and how to train and raise your French in a way that he doesn't want to mark all the time, and you don't have to neuter them to avoid marking all the time. So we can definitely provide that information. Feel free to anyone who we will wrap this up pretty soon. And if you will have any questions left, please feel free to reach out to us. I think you will find it is very easy to get in contact with us, and you will get your answers pretty soon. So thank you everyone again. And the link will be provided where you can rewatch this, let's call it episode. Hopefully the first in many. And you will be able to rewatch the whole little bit more than hour. And yes, thank you everyone again, and have a great evening and a great day. God bless. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining. Bye bye.